welcome to ESL's Go4SC2 number 4 semifinals, sponsored by Steel Series. I'm your caster Kessel, and today we're having game 3 between Mardow, who's going to be spawning as the red Zerg at the bottom, and he's going to be playing against xel'naga, who's going to be spawning as the pink Terran on the top. And this is going to be on Metalopolis. So if you saw game 1 and game 2, you saw that game 1 xel'naga lost to a disconnection but was still at a disadvantage. So Mardow probably would have still won that game. And then xel'naga came back in game 2 and pulled one right under Mardow by getting a far superior air force and just completely keeping Mardow contained. So we'll see if in game 3 xel'naga will come back and win the series, or if Mardow is going to be able to pull back and win game 3 to win the series. So it looks like for now xel'naga isn't getting that early barracks, instead opting to get that supply depot first before getting that barracks, and he is going to start blocking off over here. Meanwhile, Mardow's drone is starting to scout over here to see where xel'naga is located, where xel'naga isn't checking yet. I think he's just sending out that SCV right now to see where xel'naga is, or where Mardow is right now. Meanwhile, no spawning pool coming out yet for Mardow, and it looks like he is getting that early hatchery over here. So we're going to see a very macro heavy build coming from Mardow today. Looks like xel'naga is going up for xel'naga, and he is going to try and destroy this drone with an SCV. And it looks like xel'naga is going to complete that barracks. Will he complete the wall off though? xel'naga is going to try and stop that drone, and that drone is going to start attacking that SCV. Will that drone be able to kill it? I'm not sure. What an intense battle going on here, and it looks like the SCV loses to that drone, and that drone manages to escape. But then an SCV replaces that with a supply depot. A Marine just coming out too late to save his comrade over here, and Mardow getting away with that. And xel'naga apparently has an excuse, I guess. He was talking with someone, and it looks like xel'naga has found where Mardow is located, and Mardow is getting that spawning pool now. And will he get a couple lings? And he does get that queen first. He does not get those lings yet. Now he's getting those lings, and he's getting a roach warren also, and now he's getting his gas. And it looks like a factory going up for xel'naga. He hasn't got his second gas yet, so I think Hellions are going to be in the play of the day today for xel'naga. Meanwhile, no more Marines getting built now, and it looks like he's saving a lot of minerals for something. Mardow is starting to get his hatcheries fully saturated now, and he's getting queens on both of his hatcheries, and that roach warren is just popping out, and those lings have popped out, and they are starting to move across the field. And it looks like xel'naga is going to start putting a command center down relatively early, and he's going to be in serious trouble if those lings are going to, if more lings come. So far, those 4 lings can be easily pushed away by those 2 Marines. And it looks like a reactor coming up, so we are going to see a lot more Hellions now. We'll see if 4 lings are going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough, but xel'naga continuing the production of his command center, and that factory landing on top of that reactor. The barracks getting put away and putting a tech lab on top of that barracks. The other barracks being built by an SCV over here, and it looks like that command center is going to be safe for now. Mardow moving a couple lings over onto the xel'naga watchtowers, and he is getting a couple roaches now, so this could be serious trouble for Mardow if he's going Hellions. He has gotten 2 Hellions out, but roaches are amazing against Hellions, and it looks like another switch going on. He is going to start walling off with that factory, and he is moving that barracks back on top of that reactor. A Hellion burning away a couple of these lings on the xel'naga watchtower, and now Mardow is grouping up all his forces, but those Hellions are going to start moving across. A queen is here to guard the drones over here, and it looks like xel'naga is content to just keep his Hellions over here, and attack going on right now from Mardow, moving all of his lings and roaches in, and it looks like this macroing of SCVs going on over here. 4 Marines being built right now, and it looks like the supply depot is not lowered, so oh boy. But those lings are going to get completely annihilated by those SCVs and Marines in the back. SCV's completely surrounding one of the roaches over here, and now the roaches die. But Cass has lost a lot of crucial mining time from these roaches, but it's still not viable because those roaches didn't really do enough damage. Meanwhile, speed being researched, more drones being researched, and it looks like marauders are now being built out of the barracks, and stim packs being researched right now. The other gas is going up now for Cass, and it looks like Mardow has got both his gas mining, and he hasn't teched up to anything else right now. He is getting speedlings and roaches right now, and it looks like both players are content to macro up now, getting more units, nothing being built out of the factory. So it looks like Cass is going to go a very heavy infantry build, and Mardow keeping up with his APM, getting a spire over here, and he is continuing to larva up with his queens. He is getting that. He does have that third gas, and he is getting that fourth gas over here, and Mardow content to just continue droning up. Cass does have a relatively large army, and he is getting a bunker in front of that command center to block or to protect his base right now. And it looks like both players still continuing to macro up, getting more SCVs, concussive shot being researched, and combat shields for Marines. And it looks like spine crawlers are going up over in Mardow's base. Mardow not building any more roaches, he's getting more lings now instead. And it looks like he is saving up that gas for several mutas, but the mutas are not going to be any good. And it looks like a scan goes down for Cass, and he's going to be able to see that spire over here. Cass needs to move out soon, or else those mutas could do some major damage to Cass's army. Cass putting the factory down, and he's starting to wall off over here. This is a pretty cool wall off going on. He's using the gas and the factory and the supply depot to wall off the command center. And it looks like Cass is satisfied with his army right now, and he's going to start moving out. Mardow only has a couple lings right now, so he isn't going to be able to do much damage. But now Mardow is going to take advantage of the fact that Cass has moved out. He's going to try moving in. That block off is going to prevent Cass from getting into Mardow's base. What a brilliant block off over here. Looks like another hatchery going up from Mardow, and Cass's forces are now in front of Mardow's. Mardow does have a couple spawn crawlers, and those mutas are out now, so he's going to be a little bit more dangerous. Stim pack's going up right now, and it looks like all the lings are going to get completely annihilated by these stem marines and marauders. More hydras coming out, or more zerglings coming out, and that queen is going to get sniped out. But all the marines are dead, and those mutas are going to have free reign on those marauders. The marauders trying to snipe out as many of these drones as possible, but they are going to die to this force. Looks like more drones being trained, more zerglings getting trained, and it looks like Mardow is going to start moving out with his mutas. But let's see, an engineering bay is starting to get constructed over here. More barracks being built, a couple medevacs being built right now. So we'll see if he can get that engineering bay fast enough, and it looks like a baneling's nest also coming up, as well as an evolution chamber. The barracks are coming up now, but oh, those marines are out of position. They're going to stem up and try and get those mutas, but oh, Mardow managed to get most of the SCVs in gas, and that stem was used up, so those medevacs are going to be forced to heal. Now the engineering bay is up now, and he is starting to build a couple missile turrets over here, and Mardow managed to snipe off a couple SCVs still building those missile turrets, and pokeroffKas just trying to keep up with these mutas, these very mobile units compared to Mutalists. And it looks like Mardow also has a couple lings over here ready to change into banelings, and baneling speed also being researched, and it looks like ground carapace level 1 being researched inside the evolution chamber. It looks like Muta's trying to push in, but there's still a lot of marines and marauders, but there are a lot of banelings over here, and that baneling speed hasn't been completed yet. Cass is going to start moving out now, and Burrow is being researched as well. Infantry weapons level 1 also being researched. Just a lot of upgrades getting researched right now by both players, and Cass getting those 2 refineries up to get the gas, and he is getting the tech lab on top of that on top of that factory. And it looks like those banelings are going to come in, and now Cass is completely out of position for this. It looks like the banelings are going to be able to. No, they aren't. They managed to take out the Marauder and a couple Marines, but nothing else. And now Cass is moving out. But Mardow has a lot of banglings over here. Is he going to be able to get it? Oh, he takes out a lot of the Marines over here. And oh, another couple of Marines go down. And now Mardow loses all his forces, including his medevacs. So this is going to cost Cass very heavily, but he did have time to put up those missile turrets now, and he is getting more Marines, more Marauders, and more medevacs, getting those research that he needs desperately, and more banelings. 19 banelings getting morphed out. Mardow knows that he has the advantage now. He knows that Cass is just going pure infantry with a couple medevacs, so he is good with banelings right now. And now he's getting more Zerglings, more banelings. Baneling speed is done, so those banelings are going to be very, very deadly. More banelings getting warped out, or getting morphed out, and it looks like Siege Tank and Siege Tech is being researched out of the factory. Another factory being built right now, so it looks like Cass is going to transition into a more mech-heavy build, and it looks like those mutas are going to start pushing in, trying to find an opening over here, and Cass is moving out that Siege Tank. Siege Tech isn't done yet. It's halfway done, but it's not quite done yet. And it looks like there's a medevac somewhere that was carrying a whole bunch of units, but it looks like they dropped it. Meanwhile, Mardow getting a huge 2 more expansion, one at the high yield and one at the natural on the right over here. He already is fully saturated. He's starting to get mined out of his main, but he hasn't really started getting mined out yet. And those banelings are starting to move out and see if they can do more damage, and there is a lot of banelings burrowed over here, and it looks like it's a huge veritable minefield of banelings over here. So Cass could be in real trouble. He's not going to be able to spot this unless he scans this area, which I highly doubt, because this area, Mardow hasn't really spotted any banelings other than the ones that was sent in, and there were a couple of Zerglings here ready to get a surround in, and it looks like Cass can continue building up. Isn't moving out yet, and it looks like more research coming up for Mardow. He's getting a lot of research. He's getting that infestation pit. He's getting more mutas. Meanwhile, Cass content to just stay on one base. He's starting to get mined out of his main, and it looks like Mardow is going to start trying to snipe out that reactor over here, and the barracks over here is going to get almost taken out. And Cass isn't reacting to this at all. He's just letting those Mutalisks have their way. And now Cass did manage to get a couple missile turrets and take out a couple units over here. And more medevacs being used, and it looks like Cass is moving out, and this is going to be really dangerous. Let's see what happens over here. And it looks like those banelings are going to unburrow right on top of those Marines, and taking out several of those Marines. And now the rest of those banelings are going to come up from behind. Zerglings are going to come and get a complete surround over here. Siege is desperately trying to hold on. Now, oh man, completely annihilated by these banelings, and Cass GG's out of the game. Those banelings completely surrounded Cass, getting so many banelings just completely destroying Cass's infantry forces, and it looks like Game 3 is going to go to Mardow. So thank you guys for watching. This was Mardow is going to advance to the finals, and I'll be sure to stick it. Shit. It looks like those banelings are going to unburrow right on top of those Marines, and taking out several of those Marines. And now the rest of those banelings are going to come up from behind. Zerglings are going to come and get a complete surround over here. Siege is desperately trying to hold on. But now, oh man, completely annihilated by these banelings, and Cass GG's out of the game. Those banelings completely surrounded Cass, getting so many banelings just completely destroying Cass's infantry forces, and it looks like Game 3 is going to go to Mardow. Now, thank you guys for watching. As always, please subscribe to youtube.com/KesselGamer. That's KESL Gamer, and I will see you guys next time. Kessel signing out.